This is Sheriff Mickey Stines, and he just fired 7 bullets inside Judge Kevin Mullins' chambers, killing him instantly. The courthouse went into lockdown. Officers had no idea what was happening or who the shooter was, and chaos erupted in every hallway. Nobody could believe it. A sheriff had just executed a judge in cold blood. But little did anyone know the body cams were still rolling, and what they captured next was even more disturbing.
I leave this building, I won't draw another breath.
Read him Miranda before you go any further.
September 19th, 2024, Whitesburg, Kentucky. A town of less than 2,000 people, and where the courthouse is not just a place of law, but the very center of community life.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Mullins, and I'm District Judge in Letcher County, Kentucky.
That Thursday afternoon, it was business as usual, and Judge Kevin Mullins, a respected district judge who had spent years on the bench, was back in his private chambers after lunch. At 2:26 p.m., cameras picked up Sheriff Shawn, Mickey Stines, arriving at the courthouse. Stines wasn't just any visitor. He was the elected sheriff of Letcher County, first sworn in back in 2018, re-elected in 2022, and once a bailiff in the very same courthouse.
I announced myself, he knew me. The workers knew me. I told him it's Mickey Stines. I think I told him he had 2 warrants and that I was the sheriff. He was under arrest.
He was a man the community had trusted for decades. Just after 2:40 p.m., Stines walked into Judge Mullins' office. On the surveillance footage, the 2 men appear calm. They exchange words. Staff come and go. Then at Stines' request, everyone else is asked to step outside. The door closes. The room falls silent. What was said in those 12 minutes, only 2 men ever knew. At exactly 2:52 p.m., everything changes. Stines reaches into his jacket, pulls out a handgun, and in a flash, the chambers of justice turn into a crime scene. The silent cameras capture it all. Stines raises his weapon and fires multiple rounds at Judge Mullins. The judge collapses backward into his chair. The sheriff begins to pace as though caught between fury and panic. Seconds later, he circles back and fires again, execution style. The footage is brutal in its simplicity. No sound, no chaos. Just a trusted sheriff pulling the trigger on a sitting judge in his own chambers. Then, just as suddenly, it stops. Stines sets the weapon down on the desk and raises his hands. Deputies rush into the room, stunned. Their sheriff, their leader, has just murdered the man they worked with daily. Stines is cuffed on the spot. But what the cameras capture next is just as haunting.
Jason and them coming up. Yeah. You got your body camera on?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I believe you, Mickey.
we're going to have to remove him from the hallway. And I wanted to wait till you got back till you had your body cam running, because we can't leave him here. We got people inside these rooms. We're going to finish this week, and we need to move him somewhere.
Okay.
For temporary right now till Ira gets here.
Okay.
And then we're obviously going to transport him somewhere else. So.
Okay. Did Ira want me to go ahead and talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. See if we have a spot. Let me think what to find.
Yeah. Let's see if these people can move anywhere to another room.
Well, that's what there used to be a room back there. Who is it? Who? I can see it.
You okay? Okay. Why are you going to transport me in a vehicle for? Probably not to put you in Letcher County Jail. I mean, why? Just probably because, I don't know though. I don't know if that's happening. I don't mind to be down there. You don't mind to be down there? They'll put me in a cell. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that, you know. I have to talk to, see what the logistics is down there. When I got to get put in a vehicle and go outside. Well, yeah, I understand why you're worried, but at the same time, you know how it is for something like this. We're going to be worried about you in the jail down here with local people. Well, you know? Right now, I'm alive and well, no weapons on me. So, if I leave this building, I won't draw another breath.
Read him Miranda before you go in.
Well, I'm going to get in there.
They're all locked.
Okay, well, Mickey, you know Miranda. I'm going to read it to you here real fast.
Body cams record the sheriff unraveling in real time. He begs officers not to hurt him, his voice cracking. "Don't kill me. Don't stab me. Be fair to me." He refuses to be led down the stairs, insisting, "If I leave this building, I won't draw another breath." He demands the trunk of the transport vehicle be opened, terrified someone might be hiding inside. He asks to see his wife and daughter, his emotions swinging wildly. At times, he laughs with deputies about restaurants and small-town gossip. At times, he goes completely silent when asked about the shooting. His behavior becomes evidence in itself. Was this cold calculation or a mind collapsing under pressure?
For your rights, before you talk to me, I'll read it to you. If you have any questions, you can ask me, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney and to have one present during any question. Mickey, you know me. I would never do anything to you or her. Is that what you're worried?
At some point, you're leaving this building.
Is that what you're worried about?
I want as many officers as you can get to take me something.
Hang on.
Well, we can,
Downstairs to the jail here.
we can make that. We can
Downstairs to the jail here.
That's not your request. You can't make that request. Because we're the sheriff of Letcher County, we would put you at risk by taking you down there.
What's going on? What happened?
I don't feel safe. Man, I've worked with you all for years, man.
I know.
Years.
Well, listen,
I don't feel
listen,
safe.
listen to me. Listen to me.
I sure don't feel safe. 'Cause everybody should have their body cam on by policy, right?
Come on, stand up. We'll walk back here.
Now, come on, guys.
No, you're.
No, come on now.
Come on, Mickey. Nothing.
No, now.
There's two body cams running, Mickey.
Where?
It's all recorded, and there's a digital recorder running.
No.
That will be, look, it show you that it's running. Look.
Come on now, guys.
Don't look,
Come
Mickey.
on,
We've known each other a long time. Look, it is recording. That one's recording. Clayton has a backup recorder running.
No, now, come on, guys. What?
Oh yeah, let's slow down.
You can't talk in the hallway of the courthouse.
Yeah, there's people here.
We don't. I mean, there's people in that room. There's people in that room.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So what's the problem? I
I'll
mean,
get another one. I'll put one on me. You want that? Will that be okay?
do you,
But I can't be in the
Now,
room.
guys, come on. Now.
Mickey,
Come
we,
on.
Is
listen.
there somebody that you trust other than us that you would prefer to be with us?
We paid you down.
No, pull my pockets inside out. Now, guys, y'all don't do me this way.
We have never had one bad word to each other. Never,
Going to kill me.
never in our lives.
You know you are.
Why are you like you normally do when I speak to you?
Been handcuffs me.
Well, no, not just that. Not just that. You
Just
see,
want y'all to be fair to me.
yeah, you see it. You know I'm going to be fair to you, but you do seem off compared to how you normally interact with me. Like something's going on. Like, has anything else been going on the last few weeks? Do you take like medicine for anything? Or you any type of illness or anything?
Meanwhile, investigators begin piecing together the sequence. Surveillance video shows Stines using the judge's phone minutes before the shooting, making calls and then placing it back on the desk. When deputies search him, his personal phone is still in his pocket. Forensics teams find no signs of struggle, no weapon on Judge Mullins, and no indication of self-defense. The medical examiner later confirms Mullins died instantly in his chambers. Colleagues recall that the two men had eaten lunch together earlier that same day. Witnesses report they'd been arguing, but beyond that, no one has ever been able to explain why the sheriff snapped in that room. By evening, the community learned the unthinkable. The sheriff had resigned from behind bars. His career and the county's sense of stability was over.
My camera on.
Come on now, guys. No.
We got to get down there somewhere,
No.
okay? Mickey,
Come on now, guys. Be
Be
fair with me now. Come on, guys. Come on now.
If you ain't do nothing to you, we just gonna lay you downstairs.
Come on now.
Nobody's gonna do a thing to you.
you walk yourself, okay?
No, there's gloves there and everything. Come on now.
Gloves. That's from
Come on now.
that's from EMS.
No.
Keep going.
Now,
Keep going. Come on, you're all right.
Now. Y'all don't kill me now.
Okay.
I thought it was just open, man.
Anyway, can you hear me now? I was asking why you done it. Was it over your family? I'm just talking to you. I'm just asking, was it something to do with your family or anything like that? Because if something did happen, you know, I mean, it'd be good to let us know. Does any of this have to do anything with your daughter?
Stines now faced one of the most serious charges in Kentucky law: first-degree murder of a public official, a capital offense carrying life in prison, or even the death penalty. Court hearings soon followed. The prosecution wasted no time in presenting the silent surveillance footage, letting the haunting images speak for themselves. In the gallery, family members of Judge Mullins wept as they watched the judge fall to the floor again and again on screen. Prosecutors insisted the case was clear-cut. A sheriff executed a judge in cold blood. The defense told a very different story. They pointed to Stines' erratic behavior caught on the body cams, arguing he was not thinking rationally, that he was under immense psychological strain. They filed motions demanding psychiatric evaluations, competency hearings, and even asked for the trial to be moved out of Letcher County, claiming no local jury could ever be impartial in such a small, shaken community.
As to the second portion of my motion, it's based upon Come v. Baker, and Mr. Cox actually handled Mr. Baker in that case. We all know it in the prosecutors' community is the aluminum bat case. Detective goes in, testifies, and says, basically there was an aluminum bat used. This woman used aluminum bat. In reality, it was a wooden stick or something of that nature. And in that case, when the following conviction and an appeal based upon that testimony being misleading, the Supreme Court sent it back and said, look, if you give evidence to a grand jury, you can't mislead them. And in this, the bigger debate really seems to be after that, does it rise to prosecutorial misconduct, which should stamp it with prejudice, or is it not? And to me, that falls into the without you represent to the grand jury. And so when I look at the grand jury transcript, Judge, again, without getting into the KCPC report, one of the big things that bothered me was the grand jurors. First of all, they spent nearly half the time asking questions, and a large portion of those questions concerned the mental health of Mr. Stines. And the last question before the grand jury retires for deliberation was, so he was in a sane mind as far as the investigation has gone, and the answer is yes. That's Detective Stamper testifying. Now, first of all, probably not an appropriate thing for Mr. Stamper, Detective Stamper, to give an opinion on, but the rules of evidence, I get it. I mean, if there's an evidentiary issue, that's not what we're talking about. But here's the thing. If you're going to let a detective testify about sanity and render an opinion, that grand jury takes that to heart. He's seen all these facts. And I submit to you, without getting, I can't reference the report, but I'll say this. You're hard-pressed to find much in the way of the investigation that would support the adverse opinion. And so this is what I believe. I believe that had they not been told by a prosecutorial stamped witness, someone from the government, that he was sane, they wouldn't indict this case. Or at least they might not have indicted on murder.
In court documents, the defense referenced Stines' crushing workload, sleepless nights, and the fact that just days earlier, he had been deposed in a federal lawsuit involving one of his deputies who had been convicted of sexual misconduct with an inmate. They suggested this added pressure may have pushed him to a breaking point. But prosecutors pushed back hard. Pressure is not an excuse for murder. They argued that the video shows deliberate action, calm, controlled, and final. There was no sign of sudden panic, no visible struggle, only a sheriff choosing to raise his weapon and fire until a judge was dead. The case has since grown into one of the most high-profile courtroom dramas in Kentucky. Each hearing draws crowds. Each motion filed adds fuel to the debate. Some in the community whisper, that it was an execution tied to secrets no one dares speak out loud. Others believe it was the tragic collapse of a man who carried too many burdens. As of now, Shawn "Mickey" Stines has pleaded not guilty. His fate rests in the hands of a jury that will one day watch the same silent footage, the door closing, the gun raising, the judge falling, and decide whether this was murder in cold blood or a breakdown beyond reason. For Whitesburg, the question lingers like a shadow. Was this a deliberate execution or the tragic breaking point of a sheriff who lost control? The answer will decide not only whether Shawn Stines lives out the rest of his life behind bars, but how a small town remembers the day its courthouse turned into a crime scene.
When I got to the courthouse today, Mikey came in and wanted Kevin was in a Zoom meeting. I was sitting in the jury room talking to him, and he came in and he said, "I need to talk to Kevin," and someone said he's in a Zoom meeting. And he had a file in his hand, and he seemed upset then. So I don't know if he was mad about something in that file, or maybe they had a disagreement about that. He was like adamant he needed to talk to Kevin, and he had his file in his hand, so I don't know if that had anything to do with anything.
Okay.
But it was something about domestic violence. Something in the files about domestic violence. I don't know if it was someone he knew and he wasn't happy about what Kevin said. I don't know. We all went to lunch together today. Mikey and Kevin, Christy, Tim, Michael Clark. We had a street fight, and Mikey acted really strange today. I've been around him a lot. He's always a real fun cut, easy come guy, and he acted strange at lunch. And I don't know if this matters, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, because after it's odd to me. He leaned back in his chair at lunch, and they were talking about re-election. He said, "I'll never make it to the next election." Thought that was odd when he said it. Didn't really know what he meant by that. And he was, leaning back, his gun was right in front, and Michael Clark looked over and he said, "It's an awful big gun you got there." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Is it hot?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Well, it looks like you followed the numbers off of it," which was odd then, but now I'm kind of wondering if it was in fact a gun that the numbers followed off. He just sat down, we were talking, and Mikey walked in, and he just had a weird look on his face, like he was just, he just looked odd. I thought he looked odd, maybe because I know it's normal, his normal actions. Oh, he just acted odd all day today. And he walked in, and in a really hateful voice, he said, "I need to get out of here, I need to talk to Kevin in private." And we all just kind of looked at each other, because it's Kevin's office, so it was odd to me that he was telling people to get out of Kevin's office.
He seemed odd. He just seemed off. Like, what do you normally say? I don't know. There's just something, this didn't seem right. There's something on mind. Or something. He wasn't present, if that makes sense. This was something was just off. It was odd, he had, of course, he had his gun on him, and Michael had a comment about something they're giving a hard time about his gun being small, and then asking, there's a piece of paper that was taped to Dotson's office. He's like, "I want you to get that paper." He's like, "Nah, man." So it was just odd. He come in and started, everybody needs to leave, but the tone, the demeanor was changed, tone was changed.
Judge, it's my best friend.
Right now?
Judge is my best friend. We all had lunch together at street fight. And he did tell Judge he needed to talk to it when he got back. But after we'd been in court, or off in the judge's office, and Mikey walked in and told us to all get out. We need to talk. He said, "Just y'all get out." I don't know if that worked, but it was odd the way he did it. It was normal Mikey. They always seem to be buddies. I mean, we all pick and bicker at each other all the time, but it's like fun. Just workplace. They always have been buddies.
We hope you found this video interesting. Let us know in the comments section below. Hit the subscribe button for more interesting videos like this. Thanks for watching.